What's up, guys? It's your man Donovan Sharp, and welcome to this edition of Elite Level Game. I, of course, am joined by my partner in crime, Coach Everett Overton. EO, what's going on, man?
Yo, what's going on, bro? Good to see you. Good to be
Yeah,
back. I think we were off last week, so we're back at it.
yeah,
Got a big fight tonight. Actually, quite a few fights. We got some UFC bangers, and
yeah. Us
definitely
and that rematch. Yep.
and Canelo Plant. So
We're going to talk
it's
about
interesting.
Canelo Plant because nobody is giving Caleb Plant a chance because Caleb Plant doesn't have the kind of knockout power. I mean, dude, Canelo has knockout power, but
Yeah,
Plant is sneaky elusive. And something that I learned today was that Caleb Plant used to be in the Mayweather camp. He used to be one of the spars, or basically the whipping boy for the Mayweather camp. So he picked up on a lot of, like, he used to get his ass kicked all the time. And something I saw today is, well, when you get your ass kicked in the gym all the time, you want to make those corrections to not get your ass kicked. And here we are. He's got a title fight against Canelo. What do you think? What do you think his chances to beat Canelo?
well, he certainly doesn't have the experience. Now he's had 20 bouts. He's under, yeah, 20 fights. I mean, he's got good experience. I would say good. Clearly, he's a great boxer. I think tonight he's
Yes.
gonna have to box his ass off, and he's gonna have to counter a lot. He's gonna have to
Yes.
confuse Canelo in some way, which I think is gonna be difficult.
Sure.
I'm actually going for the underdog tonight. I'd like to see an upset,
Okay.
just because, yeah, Plant's backstory is, I think his daughter died at like 2 years old. He's
Yeah.
got a lot. He's got a lot driving him tonight,
Who does?
kind of like the Buster Douglas sort of thing. When Buster
Oh
Douglas
yes.
lost his mother
Yes.
before
Yes.
that fight, so
Yeah.
he had nothing to lose. He was like, "Fuck it, I'll die in the ring tonight." So we'll see. I anticipate Canelo is going to win, but I am rooting for the underdog tonight.
I would have to root. I would have to root for Caleb Plant
Mm,
because Caleb. I mean, if we root for Canelo, that's kind of boring, right? But
right.
you make a very good point. This is something. See, and we'll get to the topic at hand here. But men of our age, we remember. See, we didn't see the Tyson Douglas fight. All we knew is I think I was a freshman in high school in 1991. Nobody even knew that the fight was happening. I'll never forget. Me and my best friend Brandon are sitting there waiting for his brother Adrian to come pick us up. And
Mm,
there were two major events that Adrian sort of told us before anybody else. This was pre-internet. The very first one, as soon as we got in the car, he's like, Magic Johnson has AIDS. We're like, what? When the hell did this happen? Right. And the second one is when, now this is the one, this is the one that was this was funny as shit. So we get in the car and Adrian's like, yo, Mike Tyson got knocked out by James Buster Douglas. And we're like,
that
and
was
we thought he was
terrible.
lying. We're like, dude, whatever. Like, he's trying to pull a fast one on us. Like, we're like, dude, Mike Tyson's invincible. And this Buster James, who? Like, what the fuck? We get home, we saw it on TV. We're like, I'll be goddamn. Mike Tyson actually got knocked out. It was the craziest thing I'd ever seen. But what a lot of people fail to realize, you can watch this 30 for 30, 42-1. Those were the odds. Buster
Mm,
Douglas lost his mother 3 weeks before the fight.
yep.
And he had and Buster Douglas had the reputation of being a quitter in the ring because in
Yeah.
a previous I don't think it was a title bout, I think it was against Tony Tucker. Buster Douglas just dropped his hands and Tony Tucker just TKO'd him. And so they said,
Mm.
well, there's no way this guy now at 29 years old is going to be able to beat the 23-year-old undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Mike Tyson. And he went and fucking did it, man.
Yeah, and at that time, I think also Tyson was partying a lot.
Yes.
Women
Yes.
problems, chasing women, women
Yes.
weakened
Yes.
legs, like Mickey said in
Yes.
Rocky stuff.
Yes.
So
Make
I think
legs.
yes, I think Plant just has different motivation tonight. Like, well,
I agree.
they clearly they both do. Canelo is trying to go undisputed tonight. I
Yeah.
think it'll
Yeah.
be
He's
the
trying to
first in
unify the belt.
history. And then Plant's trying to do the same, and plus there's a lot of people hating on Plant. I think it has a lot to do with his persona, his look.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's
A lot of
like a
kicks
real,
in the ring.
yeah, he's got an attitude. And I think I was discussing this with another client, then we'll get into the show, but another client I was talking to yesterday, he said I think most people kind of just like lay down for Canelo in some fashion. Like they go in the ring
Yeah.
with this level of respect, like
Mhm.
so much respect that it hurts them.
Right.
And Plant's walking in there like, fuck this dude. You
Yeah,
know,
exactly. Right.
yeah. So I think that's why people are like, "Who the fuck do you think you are?" Like everybody else lays down for this motherfucker, and you're
Mhm.
coming in, thinking you're gonna do something. So,
I
and
think
maybe
the
he will.
last fighter to really push Canelo was Triple G. Now,
Yeah.
I remember what now I thought Triple G won the first fight. They gave the decision to Canelo. Now I thought Canelo won the second fight and he performed much better, but Triple G was never afraid of Canelo. I think Golovkin was probably the last fighter to really push Canelo unless there's
Mhm.
someone in there. And I'll tell you this, you probably agree with this. I remember when Canelo took the Mayweather fight back in 2013, and me and
Mhm.
my friend Eli were like, dude, this is way too soon for Canelo.
Mhm.
I'll tell you this, if Canelo fights Mayweather on the date that Mayweather fought Pacquiao, I think it would have been a
Mhm.
much better fight. Canelo
Agreed.
was simply outclassed the entire time by
Mhm.
Mayweather. He didn't have the mileage, he didn't have the experience. 2
Mhm.
years later, man. Now, of course, we all know that the Mayweather Pacquiao fight happened 5 years too late, and I could talk about
Mhm.
this all night long, so don't get me
Mhm.
started.
Yeah.
But something
Me
else you
too. Mhm.
mentioned, dude. But what one thing you mentioned, and I'll liken this to the Rocky series. I'm going to see the Rocky versus Drago, the director's cut. One night
Mhm.
only,
Mhm.
dude. Dev got me tickets like the first day. That's going to be like my early Christmas present. One thing that Stallone said that happened sort of in the middle of the fight is that all of a sudden Drago becomes human. Rocky is fighting for his
Mhm.
best friend. He's fighting for the nation. You killed one of ours, and now I've got to avenge my friend. And
Mhm.
Drago kind of realizes, what am I really fighting for? I'm basically this test tube, biological, experiment, technology and all that stuff. What am I fighting for? The pride of Mother Russia?
Yeah.
Not really. He was just kind of this experiment. Well, Canelo's just fighting for another, I guess to solidify it or further solidify his dominance. Caleb Plant, man, again, losing his daughter at 2 years old, and then of course Buster Douglas losing his mom. Death in the family, even in sports. I remember,
Mhm.
I'll never forget, Brett Favre lost his father on Friday, and
Yes, I
he
remember that.
was
Yeah.
thinking he's going to go out. No, he's not going to play. Nope, he went out and played on Monday night, and he shredded the Raiders, all with the tears in his eyes. So you just
Mhm.
never know, man. If I'm a
Mhm.
betting man, I would not bet against Canelo, but like you, I'll be pulling for the underdog.
Like even Jordan. Jordan did the same thing with his father when his
Yes.
father
Oh,
was
of course.
murdered.
Of course.
He won the championship that year, and
Yeah.
he even played on Father's Day, which was
Yes, he
like
did.
right
Man.
around that time. So the great ones will use it as fuel, to get something accomplished. But I'm telling you, man, Plant's going in there tonight, like gonna
He's
get
on a
booed
mission.
like crazy, man. You'll see.
He's on a
I
mission.
got it rented in there, man. I got it.
Listen, as soon as this is over, I'm going downstairs and I'm buying the fight because
Yes,
I
yes,
forgot about it until you said,
mhm,
hey, we got fights. And I
yes,
was like, oh shit, tonight is Plant versus Canelo. I gotta buy the fight. So
yeah.
that'll be a very, very good fight. And then of course UFC, that's gonna be really good.
Mhm.
Who's the guy that Usman is fighting? Jesus Christ,
Covington.
that's it. Yes, yes, yes. Covington,
Mhm, mhm,
Usman too. Usman is pretty unstoppable, man.
mhm.
I think Covington will probably put up a better fight, but I think he respects Usman's power this time around. I don't think he respected Usman's power, and he found out the hard way last time.
Mm. Yep, yep.
All right. Mm, Pardon me. All right. So now that I've talked about, dude, don't get me started on talking about
Hey,
fucking.
I could go all night too, man.
Oh
Shit,
God, dude,
it
dude, me, you, and Ed, and it's funny. I was in the fucking hospital with goddamn COVID. Ed and I were gonna do and I got out the fucking day after. Ed and I were gonna do like a live play-by-play reaction to the fight and then do a post-fight breakdown after the fight. And I remember when I
yeah,
came home on Sunday morning, dude, I had everything turned off. I didn't have my phone turned on, and I watched this fight. I was like, "Oh my god, this was fucking awesome! It would have been so
yeah.
cool to talk about it after the fight." But you know how that goes. You know how that goes. I don't really know I don't know what the next great heavyweight fight is. I know the next great UFC heavyweight fight is John Jones versus Francis Ngannou. But dude, John Jones's worst enemy is John Jones, so that may never happen.
Mhm,
So,
mhm. Yep.
um, at any case, all right. So what we're going to talk about tonight, guys, we are going to discuss the importance of putting your woman to work for you. Now, what exactly does that mean? Now, that doesn't necessarily mean every man needs to employ his woman because very few men actually have the business and the finances to actually hire his woman to actually do work for him. If you're in that position, you're in a fantastic position. You're a very, very good position. However, there are many ways that when you are coaching and training the woman to be in a relationship with you, it is my assertion that you must give her assignments. You must give her tasks to perform for you for two reasons. Number one, so that she gets used to taking instruction. And number two, to occupy her time. You see, when she's doing tasks for you, she has very little time to be out there taking dick on the side. What are your thoughts on that, EO, as you smile ear to ear?
Well, I just enjoy our time together because we're very much alike. But
We are, dude. I'm trying to tell you, man.
yeah, I have a shirt available on my clothing website, championgameapparel.com. And it's called on the shirt. It says, "If you don't have her working, she'll be twerking." Okay,
Oh, I'm looking
so
this up right now.
yeah. So
Oh
I
God, that's
yeah,
classic.
and it's true. If you don't have her working, she'll be twerking. If she had, an idle mind is a devil's playground. That's very true.
Of
You've
course,
all
of
heard
course.
that before. So if she doesn't have anything to be working towards, something to even worry about. I mean, even I said this before. You should make your woman even sweat you, like even sometimes cry, like not always cry with tears, but cry from frustration and disappointment because she wants to do a better job for you. Because if your woman really loves you and she doesn't want to disappoint you. So I will tell young guys out there that maybe you're not at the level of Donovan and myself, where we actually have our women working and performing tasks for the business. But it should start off little things. Like, for example, the first date. You shouldn't meet her where she's at. She should come to you where you're at.
Right.
That's the very first investment on her part, where
Okay.
she has to get in her car. You tell her what to wear, where you're going.
Right.
Hey, this is a jazzy environment. We're going to listen to a jazz band, have a few martinis. Depends on who you are. I mean,
Sure.
if you're a beer guy, hey, whatever. Expand your horizons, and you should be able to have a beer at a bar or go have a martini at a
I
fancy
agree.
joint.
I agree.
So the first thing is, women generally they want to be in the safe zone. Okay.
Okay.
They want you to meet them somewhere where they want to go. And the first investment on the woman's part of getting her to work for you is to give her an assignment the first date. So it is, yeah, that's the
This is
sticker.
awesome.
That's the sticker right there.
Listen, before
Uh,
you continue,
yeah.
I got to tell you, you and we need to have a conversation about this apparel, because I'm gonna tell you what, dude, your apparel game is fucking on point. Like, I
Thank you.
see this shit and it makes me want to buy it. And you want to know what really makes me want to buy it is your logo. Your logo is fucking spot on. So I might need to do some rebranding with my logo, because this shit is
Yes.
crazy.
Do that, Donovan. I have clothing for women. I have lady champion gear. I even have
Yeah.
I got a baby champion onesie somewhere too.
No shit.
Yeah, I do. Baby champion. Hey, yeah, we got even the babies are born champions over here.
Real talk, real talk. Yeah, listen,
So,
Steve the Dean talks about that all the time. He said, listen, if you were born, you're already a winner because you beat billions of other sperm to the egg. If you were
yes.
born a man, you definitely won because you had the wherewithal to kick off the extra leg from that X chromosome to make it a Y. But
Mhm.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No,
You know,
he's 100% right about that. The problem though after that is you become a bitch in the world.
yeah,
So you know what I mean? So you
right.
got to continue that king that king mentality. But so here guys, listen to me. On the first date when you meet a woman, whether you meet her out somewhere, you meet her just in passing at Target, some sort of event, or you meet her on a dating app, you never want to go where she is. Okay, she's gonna try to do it. She'll say, "Hey, can you come meet me? I'm out with my friends." Say, no. What I'd like you to
Oh
do is
no.
go ahead and have a good time. But when you're done with that, I want you to meet me about 15 minutes away from where you're at. And so, getting her to come to you is the beginning investment into the man. That's the
Good.
first start. Okay,
Okay.
and then slowly you begin to build upon that. A few other assignments. The next time, let's say you're inviting her over for the next meeting. Let's say you don't smash on the first night, but you get
Okay.
acquainted with her, you get good vibes with her.
Mhm.
Okay, so the next time you say, "Hey, why don't you come by? I'm doing a little wine tasting here. I have a few friends over. Why don't you pick up a bottle of wine to add to the collection?"
I like that.
Yeah. So you're getting her to do stuff. Okay. So she's
Yes.
starting out. Now she's in the store looking around, sending you pictures, saying, "Hey, should I get this?" It's like, "Hey, listen, why don't you go ahead and get a Cabernet? We don't have a Cabernet. So pick up a Cabernet, maybe this particular one, send her a
Okay.
picture. She gets it. So it's those little things in the beginning that you get her to do, go on these little assignments, these little scavenger hunts for you, picking up
Okay.
little things. It could even be limes. Like you don't even need the limes. You just tell her like, "Hey, listen,
Great.
we're doing Coronas tonight on the patio. I need you to pick up some salt and some limes." And then those little things get her to start working for you. So it's hard to give a woman a big task
Sure.
when you haven't given her the smaller tasks first. So small tasks eventually become big tasks.
I am 1000% in agreement with you. This is how I did it with Dev. This is actually how I did it with Dev. And I think the last 4 girls that I trained to be my girlfriend, I did it. Dev's the last, she's the last chick I did it with. I was very straightforward. I was very specific. I would give Dev assignments. Hey, look, I need you to send me a shot of your ass. I need you to send me a shot of your tits. I need naked pictures, blah, 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 blah. After she would complete those assignments, I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks. Then I gave her video assignments to do. I said, you're going to wear X, Y, and Z. You're going to do a strip tease to this song. You're going to strip tease to 50 Cent. You're going to strip tease to Dr. Dre, whatever the case may be. And dude, she did, oh my God, she did hundreds of videos for me because again, this is over. Now, she didn't do videos for me for the last 3 months. She didn't do videos or pictures for me because at that point I had already decided, okay, I'm going to take her with me to Philly and we're going to live together. So at that point she had earned her way in. But for the first, I would say maybe 13 to 15 months. Oh yes. Every single night without exception. Every once in a while, I would give her the weekend off or give her a Saturday or a Sunday off. But I would give her these time consuming assignments. And it was literally just her objectifying herself. Now, why did you do this, Donovan? Well, this was quite simple. To let her know that to let her know, number one, that she likes being objectified. Anytime she did a video for me and I would give her a call, be like, yo, this was great. I like this. I like that. Dude, it made her day, made her night. But then there were other times where I knew she had, like, every once in a while she would get tired of doing them. She just didn't feel like doing them. Or maybe it was a Friday night and she was 2 or 3 cocktails in and it was shit work. And I'm like, yo, seriously? This was fucking shit work. Like, you need to fucking redo this. You need to redo this shit right now, or I'm blacking you out for 48 hours. Real talk. She fucking hated it. And it's funny now. It's funny because we laugh about it. She'll tell me, she's like, oh, you made me so mad when you did this or did that. And I'd be like walking around my apartment like, what the fuck am I doing this for? But she fucking did that shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
And so this trained her in 2 different ways, like I said, to let her know that it is your job to objectify yourself for me. Okay. You're gonna look the way I want you to look. You're gonna act the way I want you to act. Your body is for me and only me to see. Period. The second reason, like I said before, is to keep her from taking dick on the side. Now, was she taking dick on the side? I don't know. Maybe she was, maybe she wasn't. But if she was, she didn't have very much time because I made sure her ass was busy all the time. All the time.
No, yeah, definitely. Those little like custom videos. That's one thing that's something that I've taught men that I've coached is this is like a rule that I always had when I met new women. I would say, there it is. That's one of the hoodies. If she ain't
I
working,
love
she'll be twerking.
it. She'll be twerking. It's
That's
great.
right.
It's fucking
That's
awesome.
right. I used to tell women, listen, I have a rule. I have a few rules, but I'm going to introduce you to the first one, which is I never send you any previously taken photos, and neither do you.
Ooh.
Okay. Everything is custom made. Everything is exclusive for us. And I will
Yes.
tell you that every single, without 100%, every reaction from the woman was, God, I love that. That's refreshing. Like, I think it's tacky to send, previously taken photos. Now, let me tell you this. Women do that shit all the time.
They
But
do.
when a man sets the guideline and they're attracted to that man,
Yes.
they're happy about
Yes.
it. so
This is
so
something
that's
I
one
never
thing I'll
did.
Yep.
Listen,
Go
I
ahead.
had all the game in the world. That is one thing I never did. That's one requirement I never made, and I never really thought about it. And I remember, man, I was dating this girl in Vegas. Her name was Tatiana. Dude, oh my God, this girl was fucking like, she had like supermodel looks. She was unbelievably gorgeous. And I remember the first time she sent me a nude photo, I was like, whoa, this chick has a fucking body. It never occurred to me, ever occurred to me that it was taken for someone else. Well, later on in the relationship, I actually learned that I was the side dude. She already had a boyfriend, but I was a side dude. I thought I was the boyfriend. Long story. I later looked at that photo and I noticed that there were like some drapes in the background that looked like a hotel. And I was like, oh, this bitch she fucking sent me a picture that she had sent to other motherfuckers in a goddamn hotel room.
That's right.
So again, man, that was really that was something that I really should have implemented early on. Lightning Ball 123 on Twitch says yes, but I don't want them to know where I live straight up. Go to her place afterwards at the beginning. You have your thoughts on that?
Absolutely not. Here's why I say that. Now, you don't have to tell them where you live. As a matter of fact, they don't even need to come back that first night because, I mean, like I always say, men shouldn't be thirsty for sex anyway. You should have so many options that you're not dying to get this woman in bed. But, you don't have to tell her where you live. That's why meeting them out first is good for you. It's because you got to find out, is she crazy? Does she qualify to be in my bed? Does she qualify to know where I live? And also, you could always take her to a hotel. Everything should be on your terms. Here's why you shouldn't do it at her place. Women are sloppy in terms of having orbiters around. I know that's kind of a well-recognized word in that manosphere, so I'll use it. So they have men, either ex-boyfriends, someone circling 3 a.m., something. I just feel like a man should always do things on his terms. He should set the parameters, so it should never be at a woman's house. I've done that before, and I've been in situations where headlights are showing up in the driveway.
Yep.
I got to pull out a fucking gun and shit. I mean, not that I've ever shot at anybody, but, I always protect myself. So I'm like, hey, who's that? She's like, that's my ex. Don't worry about it. He'll leave. Like, she doesn't even realize that this could turn into something. He could bust my windows out. Now I got to fix windows. So I just feel as a man that you should do everything on your terms. You should, women should never be in the power position unless you put them in the power position.
Yes.
So when you meet them, guys, and I'll throw it to D, meet them out, qualify them, make sure they're qualified to be with you. She might have fucked up teeth, but you didn't see it on a dating app, and you need to see it. She might have humming breath. She might have an odor. You're like, yo, I ain't smashing that. So you got to make sure that high value men. Kevin Samuels talks about this a lot. High value men have standards. Okay, low value man fuck anybody and go to women's houses, and so in my opinion, if you're getting coached by me, either she comes to your house that night if you feel she qualifies, or she'll come on another night, or you take her to a hotel room.
Listen, no disrespect to Lightning Ball 123, but what's there to be afraid of? You don't want her to know where you live. What is she going to do to you? What is she going to do? Break into your house? You know what I mean? Like, a lot of guys, and again, I don't mean this as disrespect, but a lot of guys watch movies too often, right? They watch, they watch movies like Waiting to Exhale. Look, fam, that happened in a movie. What was it? Left Eye burned down Andre Risen's house. I mean, dude, does that happen?
That took time.
Yes, of course. The bitch is not going to fucking go crazy on you if you bring her back to her. And honestly, you think about it this way: if she's around you long enough for you to trust her, to let her know where you live, eventually she's going to find out where you live anyway. The fuck do you have to be afraid of in terms of a woman knowing where you live? If she comes to your place and you don't want to let her in, here's a thought: don't let her in. Okay? She's a fucking woman. You're bigger, you're faster, you're stronger. That's the first thing. Number two, I lived in a big secure building. Like, when I started bringing bitches back to my place, when I lived at the Soho 900 South Las Vegas Boulevard, dude, apartment 1406, they had to get past security first. So I had no problem bringing bitches back to my place that I knew I was never, ever going to see again. Number three is it's exactly what you said, EO. The first time you fuck a bitch needs to be on your territory, or it needs to be not on her territory. And it's for exactly what you said. I'm fortunate that I was never in a situation where I was at a broad's house and her ex-boyfriend or ex-fuck buddy showed up and I was there. I am not about to get into no fight and get cut or stabbed or shot for no fucking hoe. Fuck that. Dude, I
Right.
don't give a damn. So we can sit here and say, oh, bitches are crazy and I don't want her knowing where I live. Why? What's she gonna do? Come in your house and beat you up? What's she gonna do? What is she gonna do? Get a 44 caliber Desert Eagle and try to shoot you with it? Dude, she'll end up shooting the ceiling and knocking herself out with the kickback. Men have to start thinking realistically about who and what women really are. If a woman is truly crazy enough to come to your house to cap you, you're going to pick up on that when you meet up with her the first time anyway. And even if she knocks in the door, do not let her in. We really need to get away from this. We really need to get away from these caricature type narratives. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, lightning bolt 1 2 3, because I understand that bitches are crazy. Dude, I've had bitches try to put sugar in the gas tank of my car. I've had bitches slash my tires. I've had bitches do all that kind of stuff. But guess what? These are bitches that I had fucked for 6 months or longer. Not to say that I deserved it, but if I were them, I probably would have thought about it too. Like, I did these bitches dirty. Yes, are bitches are women crazy? Absolutely, they're crazy, but they're not so crazy that you don't want to let her know where you live the very first time you meet her. It's better to fuck her at your place or a hotel than at her place. That's where my stand is.
Real quick on this last point for
Yeah, go ahead.
lightning bolt. Again, I think you gave phenomenal advice there, Donovan. Keep in mind something. When I hear the guys say women are crazy or women are masculine, okay,
Yeah.
so what that means is you got to be crazier than her and more
Yes.
masculine than her. Okay, you know how you defeat a masculine woman? Be a fucking man. Be
That's
a
right.
really assertive, strong man, and she's gonna back down to you. That's just the way it is. Okay, and that's a defense mechanism on her part anyway. That whole,
Well,
being super masculine.
I will tell you this. I am both more masculine than Devin, and I am 100 times crazier. So I think
Right. I'm a crazy dude too. I'm crazy as shit. And here's the last thing.
go
You
ahead.
guys got to prepare for sex. And what I mean by that is, have your, personal belongings locked up somewhere. I used to take women like a beeline, like sit down here. Like I would tell her, like I would have it all set up. Like there was nothing expensive sitting out, no watches, no
No,
jewelry.
that makes sense.
Yeah. So, you got to like, how do I say this? You have to prepare the evening for sex with a woman you don't know. So you got to have condoms ready and all that. But what I
Yep.
used to do is I used to sit them right at the bar at my place, sit them up there, make them a drink. By the time we're not even done with our drink, we're already fucking. Beeline right to a
There it
guest
is.
room. I wouldn't even let them in my master room. I had a fuck room, Donovan, back in the day. I
Yeah.
wouldn't. I wouldn't even fuck them in my room. I would fuck them in another room. I used to call it
Yes.
my fuck room. So it was just a bed in there, a couple decorations and some lube and shit.
Little
So
candles.
just
Yeah,
keep,
little candles,
yeah,
Sebastian
yeah.
Bach is a wrap.
Yeah. And then and she wouldn't have a lot of leeway to be around in my place and shit. Like, right by the bathroom, go there, and then you're out of here.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind, guys. You got to like prepare your home for sex with strangers. And then eventually, once you get to know her, you qualify her, maybe you can open up the master for her, let her get a peek in
Yes.
there.
Maybe the executive washroom, right? She doesn't have to
Yes,
use she
yes,
gets to use the guest bath,
yes.
the powder room. She gets to use the bowl that you drop the
Hey,
guest. That's
hey, Donovan, I had her in porta potties and shit. I had a porta potty. I was like, hey,
oh shit.
all newcomers go on the patio and go on a
Yo.
porta potty.
Oh my god. Listen, man. Listen, you talk about some next level fucking game. You have a bitch over for the first time. You get done blowing her back and she's like, where's your bathroom? Yeah, so you want to go out the front door? The porta potty's right around the corner.
Hey,
Are
no,
you
hey,
serious?
facts,
Deadly
facts.
serious. But you have 3 bathrooms in here, and there's a porta potty outside for you. Go on. Knock yourself out.
It's got a
She'll be
big
pissed,
EO
but guess
logo
what?
on it. You can't
Fucking
miss it. It's black and gold.
yo, the porta potty. Oh my god. This is listen, so now you've done shit that I've never done. I had a two this is weird. So I had a 2-bedroom. So I had a 2-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 2.5-bathroom like penthouse in Vegas.
Mm,
It was dude, it was fucking beautiful. Hardwood floors,
nice.
marble, everything. And I had a guest room and I never even I always fucked these broads either in the living room or my room. I never thought to say, but this is my fuck room right here. That's next level shit.
Donovan, I swear to God, women would ask me after a while. They would say, "How come we never go in your bedroom?" And I swear, I swear to God, I would say, "Hey, that experience is reserved for my girlfriend."
Oh, I love it. dude.
I swear to God, I would tell them that.
Listen,
I would
man.
say that's reserved for the girl that I upgrade to be my girlfriend. So, maybe one day you'll see that room. I swear to God, I would tell
Right.
women that. So,
Of course. And it's so funny because I would never, it's so funny, like knowing what I know about women now, I would never, honestly, and I swear to God, I would never be afraid to tell a bitch, yo, the porta potty is outside just to see what the fuck would happen. And
yeah.
the funny thing is bitches would be fucking mad as fuck. But here's one thing that I've learned about women. Whether it's really good or really bad, if you're the first to do or say some shit to a girl, they can't leave you alone. Oh my God. Dude, she'll
Facts.
go and tell her
Facts.
girlfriends, this nigga told me to go out and use the goddamn porta potty. Like, what the fuck? Now, the first thing her
Facts.
black girlfriend is going to say, okay, you white, you can't be using the word nigga. But this nigga made you go out and use the porta potty, girl? Yes, he did. So you dropped him right now. I'm going to be at his place tonight. That's
Right,
how it
right.
goes. That's
Right.
how it
No,
goes.
it's true. You're 100% correct. If you're the first for a woman on anything,
Yes.
it's a big deal to her. It's a big deal.
I agree. But listen, man, we talk about, I want virgins and this and that and the other. Listen, vaginal virgins are, Jesus Christ, they're rare if they're in existence at all. But you can take a woman's virginity in many, many other ways by simply being a man. You'd be surprised, man. You'd be surprised.
I love that. That was a good line. I love
Yeah,
that.
you know what?
Yes.
We might actually do a
Yes.
show on other ways to take a woman's virginity. I think that would
That'd
be
be a great
very, very
topic.
good. That'd be a very
Great
good
topic.
discussion. Amazed with the $5 super chat says important discussion tonight. Ice Dragon Kid says when I was doing that, I would park 2 blocks away. I love it.
Yeah.
Let's see. I bought Ebo says buck teeth have an ass. Pyramid scheme. That's interesting. Says, nah, bring it to your place where you have a Barney Stenson setup of cameras to protect against EPAR accusations. Always maintain control. This is interesting because I do understand the guy on Twitch. What was his name? Something 123 Lightning Bolt 123. So I understand him not wanting to bring her back to her place. However, we live in 2021, and it is so inexpensive to have the kind of setup, to have the kind of home security that will record everything. And I think we use Blink and Xfinity. Dude, I know what's happening I know what's happening in my gym. I know what's happening in my driveway, my front door, our living room, the den, dude, our bedroom. I know where things are happening all the time. And it was probably less than $200 to set up the whole thing. Now, I remember you said you have to prepare your domicile for sex with strangers.
Yeah.
Does that include security? Because I remember you said, listen, I'm taking, any expensive jewelry because you don't know who this bitch is or where she's been, right? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, one time I had a girl, and I don't think here's why I think she was doing this, because she suspected that I gave her a false name.
Okay.
I used to give out nicknames and shit
Dude, I
back
used
in
to
the
do that
day to
all the
women.
time.
Yeah. I was
Yep.
like, hi, I'm Nick the Dick. And that was at Bachelor Party back with Tom Hanks, Nick the
I'm
Dick.
Jock the Cock, right?
Right. So I remember one time I had this woman stay over with me. This was when I let women stay the night. This is something that I've changed my perspective on about letting women stay the night until they're your girlfriend. That's
Right.
another thing they got to work towards.
Okay.
So is even being able to stay the night. So I remember one time I did have a woman stay the night. I happened to leave the room briefly, and I walked back and she was looking at my ID. And I said,
Oh,
yeah,
oh,
yes,
sir.
yes.
Oh,
And I said, hey, what are you doing in my wallet? And she was like, she did say it. She was like, I wanted to make sure that your name is who you say you are. And I said, oh, okay. I mean, you fucked me. It's too late now.
yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, it's too late now. So I would tell guys is prepare your place. You should never have any, you should have a safe. Really, you should have a safe
Yes.
where you have your checkbook,
Yes.
expensive watches, any collectible items, weapons, everything should be put up safely. That way, if anything is broken, even like when you're entertaining people, you shouldn't have any real expensive things out anyway.
Sure.
Anytime I entertain, I had like not plastic red cups, but I might have like champagne glasses that are plastic until like it's like a formal holiday. Then I'll bring out the better stuff. So I would just tell guys, put all your expensive stuff away. Make it a beeline to wherever you're gonna fuck her at.
Okay.
Don't like give her a tour and shit. Like, hey, this is my bedroom.
Yeah. Giving
Yeah,
her the
like
love
guys are being
language.
too romantic with women, like
Yeah.
right away. Like, make her earn what your master bedroom mattress feels like. Make her earn what it smells like in there. Like guys want to give everything away so soon, and that scarcity mindset. Part of having her work for you is having her work to get you.
Yes.
So
Yes.
so slowly and methodically introduce her to things that she's qualified to see.
I agree, man. Too many dudes. This is the master bedroom. This is the bathroom, and then they get
It's real
robbed.
dumb.
I can't believe that
Right.
she walked. I mean, I got robbed. I could not believe it was her. She knew where everything was. You fucking idiot. You showed her where everything was on the
Yeah.
first date. Like, you guys are killing me.
Hey,
Uh,
and Donovan, one last thing.
yeah, go ahead.
Guys always lead with what they have. Like they
That's
lead with
true.
their profession, they lead with how much money they make, they lead with the car. Like I never let women get in my car. Very rarely did I let a new woman even get in my car. And I've had fly cars. I've
True.
had Benz, BMWs,
Yeah, man.
all kinds of nice luxury cars, in addition to some, basic
Yeah, beaters, 8
American
cars, easily.
cars and shit. But very rarely until the woman was actually my girlfriend did I let her
Mhm.
in my car. Like I had women tell me like, "Hey, when you gonna let me go in your car?" I'm like, "I'll let you know." Like they have to
Wow.
earn everything.
Man,
Like
I gotta tell you what,
everything.
I thought I was dude, I fucked scores of bitches. Like, I've written books on game and dude, I cut my teeth in one of the most competitive sexual markets in the world. And every time I come on here with you, I'm like, dude, I should have done that. Because, dude, any bitch I picked up at the club or at the ice cream shop, she goes right into the Audi. I should have made her earn that. I should have made her take an Uber. But I'm gonna tell you what, I'm gonna tell you what though. I like that. Make her earn the car and make her earn that goddamn bathroom. That porta
Yeah, man.
that porta potty shit is on point, dude. I would
For
love for
real.
somebody to actually try that shit. If Devin and I for whatever reason break up, dude, think I won't fucking buy a porta potty, put that shit in my back fucking yard, have a bitch, I'll be like, all right, porta potty's out back. Are you serious? Did I stutter?
Hey, the same thing. Hey, listen, when if even if you throw a party, like don't let a bunch of people in your house. Like I would lock everything inside, put
Yes.
everything down in the yard or the
Yes, of
lawn or the
course.
backyard.
Of course.
That's an obvious one. But some people are stupid, man. They just let people walk in their house. They don't even know. Next thing you know, fine china is missing, money's missing, watches are missing. So I'm telling
Yeah.
you guys, make them earn everything. Like make them earn seeing your bedroom. Get a 2 bedroom apartment. Don't get a
I
one
like
bedroom.
it.
Get a two,
Yes.
and then make that your newcomers fuck room. This is for the newcomers,
Next level,
and
dude.
then that other room that's padlocked over there, that's reserved for the girlfriend.
I love it, dude. I love it,
Yeah.
dude. I fucking love it. Make her earn that shit. Steep 2222 with the $10 super chat. Appreciate that. Amazed, another $5 super chat. He says, you gents are touching all the areas where I had previously fumbled. These are pure gems, sir. Interestingly enough, Amazed is I don't know about you, but I used to fumble in these areas myself. And that's how I eventually learned. And it's interesting, because when it comes to dating and relationships, these days it really is more in my opinion, and I'm just trying to do like a quick in my opinion, I think it's probably mostly about what not to do. Don't get me wrong, there are things that you need to do and say to mitigate risk, keep respect, etc. But the longer I do this, the more I begin to realize it is about what to do, but I think a
Mhm.
lot of it is about what not to do. What are your thoughts on that?
Couldn't agree more. It is what not to do. It's about
Yeah,
self preservation. It's
yes,
not so much about It's not. I'm big on offense now because I have so much experience. So I like to be on
of
the
course.
offensive now. But yes, early on, it's a lot of defense. You're
Okay.
playing some defense in the beginning. So she's like, "Hey, meet me and my friends out." You're like, "I'll tell you what, no, go do that yourself." And then
Okay.
have a few there and then meet me where I'm going to be at. So I won't meet you there, but let's hook up tonight. That's already telling her that you have a standard. Like, nah, I'm not going to go sit
Right.
with you and all your girlfriends. I'm going to
Yes,
go,
like that.
you're going to meet me where I'm at. So yes, a lot of it is just having a standard and making her do things on your terms, like all the time. Like
Well,
literally
yes,
99.9% of the time.
this is how you keep this is how you get and keep a woman's respect. It
Mm,
is, and it has to be this way because, again, and you understand this probably better than anybody. Women want nothing more than to surrender to you. They want to surrender. They don't want to be the pilot. They want to be a passenger. They want to be the stewardess. They want to be the head stewardess fucking the pilot when you guys are, 35,000 feet above, above sea level. Women want to be able to follow, but they have to know that you have a direction. They have to know that you're a man with a plan. Now, the longer you're with someone, the more you can trust. Like, again, Dev and I, we've been dating, oh my god, almost, it'll be 6 years since we met in fucking March. Like, I can't even believe that's been 6 fucking years. Jesus Christ. Wow. So
wow.
there are certain elements of our relationship where I trust her to make the right decision. Now, she'll run it by me, but 6 or 7 times out of 10, I'm like, okay, yeah, go ahead and do that, or I'll add something to it. But what a lot of guys have to understand is that in order for a woman to follow you, she has to know that you have direction, and you give her direction by giving her assignments, giving her tasks. Guys, and here's the thing, man. Nothing makes a woman more proud and more happy than to get a thumbs up in some way or a job well done by a guy they really like. It makes their fucking day. Dev says right here, we'll cook for toilet paper. That's how it has to be, man.
Yeah. Think about it. I used to work on a lot of sales floors, and I
Oh,
even
yes.
ran and managed a lot of sales floors. I know you
Yes.
were in the mattress business too, among
Oh,
other
yeah.
businesses.
And
Think,
I've worked in boiler room type call center, so I know
yes,
all the tricks.
yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
Think about it too, like when it's a slow day somewhere, and you kind of walk out to a sales floor. There's no customers. Let's say there's a blizzard outside, no one's coming in.
Sure.
Look at what people are doing. They're drinking coffee on the floor.
Right.
They're on their cell phones.
Right.
I mean, they're assignmentless. Okay, they were
Right.
like, right. So when I was in management, I would say, hey guys, I know there's no customers in here, but that needs to be tightened up. We need more supplies
Yep.
on that end.
Yep.
So as a man, you have to always be delegating. Okay. Now, if you want to give her some time off because she's earned it, you just say that. Hey, listen, you and I both are taking off tomorrow,
There you go.
and we're not you're off, like we're off. I would always I think that's better than you're off. It's we are off.
No, I
And
like
then
that. I like that.
yeah, instead of you, we. And so we're gonna go and do this. We're gonna go get massages. We're gonna go get a facial. We're gonna go out to eat. We're gonna go shopping,
Yes, I
whatever.
like that.
But remember, guys, if you're at a job and your manager just lets you kind of like sit down and fucking drink coffee on sales floors, and you're taking 15-minute smoke breaks every 15 minutes, you're outside smoking a cigarette. Like, this was back in the day when I used to work around other salespeople with
Of
bad
course.
habits. I would tell them like, hey, don't smoke. Hey, don't smoke at the front.
Yeah.
Take your ass in the back and smoke. So
Yeah.
it's like, it's the same thing with women. They're going to bring certain habits that are not conducive to a productive environment. So you got to tell them, hey, even when they bring in their shows, like, hey, we're not, that show is not good. We're
Right.
not watching that show. We're going to watch this show.
Right.
And believe it or not, if a woman respects you, even if she watches certain shows, but you tell her, hey, we're not watching that show, we're going to watch this show,
Yes.
she will do it. She will do it.
100%, man. And I'll tell you this, Dev knows, because Dev does her work downstairs, and she has the TV on in the background, just as just sort of noise in the background, but she is sort of half paying attention because she'll tell me, hey, there's this Netflix documentary, whatever, that I saw, blah, 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 blah. And I'll be like, well, hell, don't watch the rest without me. But then there are other things that she watches that I don't care to watch because I spend most of my time up here.
Mm-hmm.
But during the World Series, all 6 games of the World Series, when I made my way downstairs, Devin turned it to the World Series. Devin, I don't know, she might be interested in baseball. I wouldn't know, but she actually tries to engage in conversation with me
Yeah.
about I mean, this is, and again, when you give your woman assignments, okay, just like you said, EO, this makes sure she has skin in the game. And the reason why women are so quick to leave relationships these days is because men are not requiring they're not requiring women to earn their commitment to have skin in the game. A woman is far less likely to walk away from a relationship that was just given to her. Wait a minute. Yeah, she's far more likely to walk away from a relationship that was just given to her. She didn't take any time. She didn't take any. There was no money. There was no effort. Okay, so she gave you some ass a few times, but guess what? She's given ass 357 other people. What makes you any different from them, right? But if she's thinking about, like, when again with those assignments with Dev, oh my God, what am I doing this for? Like, chick, you're 7 months in. If you decide to pull the ripcord now, you're throwing 7 months away down the drain. It's not something she thinks about consciously. It's something she thinks about subconsciously. Yeah, she'll be pissed, and yeah, she'll stomp, and it's funny because I never knew this until she told me years later, but she will stay in there. Women are much more likely to stay in relationship with you if they have skin in the game. And the way to make a woman put skin in the game is to give her assignments, give her tasks. Guys, this is the cheat code. Well, what if she doesn't do the assignments or tasks? Well, she didn't like you as much as you thought she did, player. Eject and move on to the next one.
Real quick, that was an awesome point. I made a video recently where I talked about, like, men, you're either a cash bar or an open bar.
Ooh,
so I know that you've been to weddings or work events where it's an open bar. So everybody's like going up there. Some women are like, give me a Long Island, give me a shot of Henny, and nobody's even finishing their drinks. Like, I've been to parties that were open bar parties. You find half consumed drinks sitting in plants off to the side.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because no one's paying for this shit but the host. The host is paying for everything.
Right.
So they don't give a fuck. All right. But make that a cash bar. They're going up there. They're like, I'll take a Michelob Ultra and that's it.
And they don't they?
And they're downing it. They're sipping it. They're nursing it.
Yeah.
So it's like, I want guys to be that cash bar. Like, you're gonna pay to be with me. It's gonna be an investment of some sort for you to have my time, my hands on you, my lips on you, my wisdom.
Yes.
Everything about me, you're gonna have to invest into this to get it. So, and most guys are like an open bar. Like, hey, you could take this, you could have this, as long as I can have some time with you. If I can get you in bed, just like Donovan said just a few short minutes ago, she's giving the sex away for free.
Yeah,
she's giving it away for free, dude. She's gonna get horny. She's gonna get horny one day, and someone's getting it for free. Okay.
That's an open bar. That is not a cash bar, my friend.
Yes. So just remember that. Don't be an open bar, be a cash bar. Make them have requirements, a certain standard, and make them invest. Even women that are just in your rotation. Like, a lot of guys think that that if this woman is just in your rotation, that there shouldn't be a standard. There has to be a standard for them too. They have to invest.
Yes.
Even chicks that are booty calls got to invest.
That's right.
So
listen, man, never, ever, ever give a woman anything for free. Don't give her free dick. Don't give her free attention. Even just like you just said, even if it's a booty call, you make her work for that shit. Bitch, I could be fucking anybody else right now, but I'm choosing to fuck you. Now, what are you going to do for me? That has to be your mindset every single time, because I don't know if you guys know this, but girls like sex too. Like, it's not a one-way deal. Girls out here have dudes out here believing that sex is some kind of a chore. Like, okay, I gave you sex. No, bitch, I gave you dick. Like, this was a mutually beneficial experience. The difference is there's a lot more you than there are me. So guess what? Now I'm a cash bar. This is not an open bar like you're doing down the street.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, SNO, congratulations to SNO, TSR Tower's newest mod. Appreciate that very much.
Sweet. That's the baby girl there. Yes.
Absolutely. Jashawn Harris says, don't mind me, fellas. I'm just making my rounds, tricking on my favorite YouTubers. No more bad deals, fellas. Love that very much. There was another, Jeremy Buchanan. This is a very, very good comment here. Says, women love when you set the standard she has to uphold, because most who are attractive are used to getting their way with men. That goes back to being their, quote, first in that particular area. I'm telling you, I think next week, along with whatever we decide to talk about in terms of what's trending, I think we need to talk about the different ways you can take a woman's virginity. I'm 100%.
I love that topic. I'm all for that.
Great.
Yes. Yes.
Ivy Bolt is totally right, Donovan. The responsibility of a man when it comes to a relationship is to detect red flags, to avoid them, and act accordingly with that information. Good stuff. Dev says hates baseball, loves Donovan. See, told you. She wouldn't. Dude, I knew she was capping. King Life $5 super chat says awesome show DS and EO. Then there was one. There he goes. Says what the Sith is this? Says best way to handle her when it's her monthly. Oh, I love this question. Guys, listen up. In the words of Steve the Dean, get your crayons out. This is why it is absolutely essential for every bitch you have anything to do with. One night stand bitches, side bitches to side bitches, main bitches. You must have a cycle calendar for every one of your women. The reason why you have to have a cycle calendar is because you need to know how to handle her. So for example, so this morning, Dev was, let me look at my calendar. So this morning I wake up and Dev is rubbing her ass against me. Now I wasn't in the mood to fuck, so we didn't fuck. Dev is ovulating, right? Like that's just how it goes. When you understand, because what you guys have to understand is this: the reason why women are so fickle is because they are never, and this is biological science, women are never chemically identical from one day to the next. Okay. Women have the reason they're able to produce life, bring life into the world, is because every 30 days a woman's body is preparing her to become pregnant. That's not an easy task to do. Right. There have to be certain chemical combinations. The body has to be ready. So many things have to be working in its place. Well, guess what? The good creator, whoever he, she, or it is, said, okay, like it's gonna be there's gonna be some emotional ups and downs because, well, the chemicals required to bring life into the world are going to bring these emotional ups and downs. Ergo the cycle calendar. Rollo Tomasi has he's got a blog post that talks about all of the phases of a woman's period. He talks about what it's called scientifically, the way she's going to feel, the way she's going to look. So if you see that your woman's cheeks are flush and her tits are looking big, she wants to get fucked that night. Well, why is she acting like a bitch, Donovan? Because she wants to get fucked that night. You see, women don't just act like a bitch when it's PMS time. They also act like a bitch when they're ovulating. They want you to ravage them in the worst way. So how do you handle her when she is on her monthly? You separate yourself from her. Because if she can't provide, not separate yourself, but you need to physically separate yourself from her. Don't ignore her. You just need to understand, okay, this is going to be a 4 to 5 day period where there's no chance of sex, at least not in my house, where there's no chance of sex. Keep giving her the tasks, keep giving her the responsibilities and duties. Just understand that sex is not going to be on the table for you. That might actually be a good time to give her a couple of days off, probably right in the middle of her period. Like Dev's period usually lasts from 4 to 5 days. So I'll give her the middle 3 days off. The day it starts, she's full time. Days 2, 3, and 4, I'll go easy on her. Then day 5, when it's coming off, I kind of go easy on her. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, that was perfectly said. That was a very good rundown. I will tell you, when you're dating women, okay, you kind of reference like the relationship, which I like. When you're dating women, here's how you know if you're a simp to a woman. Okay, women may not know the term simp, but they know what that means. The behavior.
They know what it means. Yep.
If she wants to see you when she's on her rag, she thinks you're a simp.
Woo! Oh,
okay.
Wow.
Because truth be told is a woman knows when she's with a motherfucking G, like a guy that's a player that has options.
Yes,
so
sir.
she would never bring you some bloody twat. YouTube chill. She'll wait. Okay. She'll send you some text. She'll send you maybe a couple videos, but she knows better than to bring a guy that she's really into herself when she's going through that cycle. So just remember this, guys, when you're dating, if a woman wants to see you when she's on her period, she sees you as like a beta male provider, most likely. Okay. Wow. If you're a dude that she respects, honors, sexually attracted to, she is not going to want to see you at that time. Plus, she knows you don't want to see her at that time. She wouldn't even want to see you at that time. Okay, so just remember that, guys. That's a little tip for you. Yeah, YouTube channel.
Yeah,
yeah.
Dude, I love this. I love this. And Dev, dude, twice a week, Dev is like, yo, Donovan, we got to get some stickers, some shirts, because you have all of these all of these sayings that are exclusive to you, and you're
Mhm.
already doing it. You're
Yep.
already doing it.
Yep.
I love that YouTube chill. Dude, I would put that on the back. I would put that on the bumper of my Ferrari. Oops, did I say that out loud?
So
Um,
so just remember that, guys. I mean, I know that that could be a little harsh, and I'm not trying to be harsh, but I'm letting you know the truth, which
yes,
is a woman that sees you as the alpha in her, like, women have their collection of men too.
of
When
course,
you're
of
when you're
course.
casually dating, she's got the guy who's the top dog, who she respects, loves, admires, fucks the best, worships the most. And then she's got, when he's not around working or seeing other women, then she's gonna have other guys who occupy her time, until it's time for you to see her. But as far as in the relationship goes, um, this is just my take on sex in a relationship. I still gotta make the woman that I'm with earn sex with me,
That's right.
even if we've been together 5 years. Like, I'm not gonna just fuck you just because. Like, I have to feel that you've earned it. I swear to
That's
God, I do. Like, for me
good.
to give sex out, I gotta know you did at least 3 to 5 things for me.
Ooh, I like that. I like that. And it's funny. I tell Dev, I'm like, sweetheart, I'm 44. I ain't 24. I like fucking as much as the next guy, but it takes a little longer for the engine to get running hot. So if you want some dick, you're gonna have to show me, not tell me. Don't tell me you want some dick. Show me you want some dick. You come downstairs wearing nothing but heels, hoops, and a smile, and that will tell me, okay, she wants some dick at that point. Shout out to I am the Capitan now. $5 super chat says, facts, guys, order a pizza and have her pick it up on the way to your house. Let her pay for it, even lay the wood, and she acts as she should. 100%. Shout out to Josh 46731. Just became a new YouTube member. Appreciate that very, very much. Yeah, B Average Gaming says Fresh and Fit had a show about this last night. Yes, I will absolutely react to that on Monday for sure. You do not have anything to worry about that. King Life says Donovan and EO should come back onto the Fresh and Fit after hours. That would be epic. I actually plan to go down there. Oh, Jesus. I actually plan to, we're having some trouble with one of our dogs pooping in the house. It's just getting a little bit crazy. Yeah, YouTube chill. But yeah, Dev and I actually plan on heading down to Miami for about a week in late January. There we got a lot going on down there. So yeah, listen, if you want to link up when we go down there, do the Fresh and Fit after hours with you and me on the panel, that'd be
Yeah,
fun.
that'd be a lot of fun. That'd be a lot of fun.
007 Men in Black. So I guess he's the Black James Bond. $5 super chat. Appreciate that. I'm the Capitan now says, don't do her when she's on her rag. Nope. I don't have my sound
Yeah.
with me today. There was one other there was one other comment I wanted to 007 says, it's great to you gents working together and dropping dimes. I've gained so much from the both of you. Keep this going. Here we are. Josh says, I love this guy. I would have been a beta crying male after my divorce if it wasn't for him. Sometimes the YouTube algorithm does help. Hey, you never know, right? Mr. B says, or have her sign a backdoor clause. Oh, he's figured that out. You see, I didn't say I didn't fuck Devin while she's on her period. I didn't say, I said that I don't penetrate her vagina. She's got 3 holes. She's got 3 holes. We're not going to do bowling ball sex, but we're going to get close. Attack Quack says, spitting too much truth. Maria 28 says, I always feel bloated the first 2 days of my period. Those days are the worst. Yeah, you just gotta. Yeah, those are. Yeah, man. Listen, I've had period sex before. Unless everything is just totally lights out black, it's nobody wins.
Hey, Donovan, real quick, I want to tell the
ahead.
audience this real fast.
Yeah, do it. Go ahead. You got it.
A woman's gonna know you're desperate and you don't have other women if you want to fuck her when she's on her period. Okay. Even if you're like, I'm telling you guys, I never wanted to fuck a girl on her period. Women would tell me, let's get in the shower. Let's put a towel down. Like, women were begging me to fuck them. I was like, nah, I'm good. Let me know when you're done.
Yeah, right.
I'm not going to have blood all over my thigh. Fuck that. I don't want to smell that shit. Like,
oh my God.
And I don't even fuck a woman when she's done. Like let's say a woman is done on a Thursday. I'm like, all right, cool. So we'll get together on Saturday.
There we go.
Like, I gotta give it a day and a half for you to suck some water up in that twat and release those remnants. And I look, I'm not trying to be cruel or mean, but hey, look, if I'm gonna put my golden dick, YouTube chill, in a woman, it's got to be the way I want it. So
Yeah,
I'm
I'm not
telling you
tarnishing. Yeah, I'm
guys,
not tarnishing my cock for.
yeah.
I'm
So
not.
guys, remember, if you're fucking women on their periods and you're like pushing for that, like she's gonna know you ain't got no other women.
Damn, real talk. What the Sith is this? These are very original names. Are either of you familiar with endometriosis? Yes, I am. Certain positions during sex are painful to her, and I'm hearing it's more common than you might think. You know, it's funny.
Yeah.
I have heard of endometriosis, and a lot of the girls that I have fucked had endometriosis. Guess who they didn't tell about it? They didn't tell me about it, right? Like, dude, I like, after I'm done with whoever, I'm like, was that painful for you? Every single time they're like, no, it's okay. It's just a little bit uncomfortable, right? So you're fucking them for 2 or 3 weeks, and she says, all right, well, I got to go to the clinic or whatever. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, am I hitting your service? She's like, no, I've got a condition. And they when a girl really likes you, she does not want you to think that she is in any way compromised when it comes to sex. Okay. And so you kind of have to force it out of her. Do you have endometriosis? Yeah, but it's not a big deal. You want to know who else had endometriosis? My ex-wife, Darcy. She used that as an excuse time after time again. So yeah, listen, what the Sith is this? What the Sith is this is that's beta bait. Well, you can't do this because I have endometriosis. Dude, I've probably fucked more girls who have endometriosis than I care to admit. But guess what? Not a one of them told me except my ex-wife who didn't want to fuck me. So women will endure whatever they have to, painful or otherwise, to please you. Your thoughts?
Okay, that was perfectly said. I'm just going to kind of give you another angle on this for guys to know. If your woman has a sudden bout of what is it?
Whatever the fuck it is,
Whatever,
endometriosis.
yeah, endometriosis.
Yeah.
She might have been fucked by a big dick that night before.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so just keep in mind, if you've been hitting that a lot, never no indication of pain, all of a sudden you bend her over fucking from the back or some shit and she's like in pain. I'm not saying it always happens, but I'm saying it's possible she's sore from getting dick down the night before. Okay. It's a possibility. Okay.
Yep.
This is why women do need to be good communicators, especially with men that they like, to let them know their conditions. Because you don't want to spring that on a man like 6 months down the road. Like you've been smashing this chick. You've had your Timberland boot on the back of her head, just drilling her. And then all of a sudden she's got a bout of endometriosis.
And you're like,
yeah, she got to chill out on that. So just remember, a lot of women have that. Even SNO has there's certain spots like I can't hit it. Certain ways I can't hit it. She's in pain. Look, I'm not trying to put the woman in pain, but there is nothing like a woman that can take some dick. Nothing like that. And usually they're skinny broads. They're usually not fat chicks.
I swear to God. Is that not the craziest, dude? If that's not the craziest fucking phenomenon. Yo, I remember this. Oh my God, I forgot her fucking name. She had curly black hair down to her shoulders. Dude, she couldn't have been 100 pounds. Couldn't have been 100 pounds. I used to fold this bitch into a pretzel and just absolutely just throttle this chick. And she couldn't get enough. And I'm like, yo, what? And that was the first time I'd ever fucked like a really skinny girl. Then I fucked a smaller one than that. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is these? I mean, I used to think, is it something in the Vegas water? Like these little chicks being able to take dick? It's the craziest thing because I would literally be trying to hurt these bitches. And I'm like, well, this doesn't hurt. Like, I'm like, what the fuck is going on over here?
Yeah, a thin chick will have you questioning your manhood, bro. Shit.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, is my dick small? Like, what's going on out here? Like, I didn't know. My God.
I say that to be funny, of course. But yeah, in my experience, like women with like curves and that are a little thick, and not all of them, but a lot of them can be lazy fucks. You can't bend them. They can't fucking arch their backs and shit. You're like, look at this fucking hog, like lose some weight, call me back, but then you find this like slim thick chick, thick, nice curves.
Oh yeah,
boy, you could fuck them all night, bro. Then they can't get enough. It's interesting.
This is what I like about Devin she is a fucking genetic freak. So she is very, very dense. She's muscular. So she is very curvy. She has the hourglass figure, nice, big, perky tits. nice shapely ass, dude. I can fold her up like a goddamn stapler. Like, let me think about. Let me like, dude. You ever seen those selfie those little selfie sticks or whatever, where you can kind of bend them out and then you take out the tripod, dude? With Dev, it's like take it all the way down, put the feet up here. Like, dude, I can put the knees to the fucking ears and just pound the life out of her, dude. I'll have her arch her back to where it's fucking her stomach's sitting in the bed and she's looking straight up. I have no idea how or why she's able to do it. She's just a fucking genetic freak. But girls who are built like her normally are not that flexible. I guess because maybe Devin was a gymnast. Devin has a gymnast sass, so I think that's probably the reason why she's flexible. But I've never understood why it's always the smaller girls who can take the most dick. It's the craziest fucking thing, man.
Yeah,
I'll never figure that out. I'll never figure that out. Yes. Lieutenant Tony Patterson says skinny girls also usually have their Kegel muscle game on Cobra Clutch. Yeah, man.
That's right.
Real, like, dude, like real fucking talk. So JPT says not just sex, endometriosis can compromise the ability to have and follow through with the pregnancy.
That's true.
I don't care. I'm not trying to get the bitch pregnant, dude. Oh, you have endometriosis? Bet. Let's do it. And you're a better man than me, EO. I don't care if it's painful to Dev. I'll do whatever the fuck I want to do. Dev apparently has a high threshold for pain, and sometimes I'll push those thresholds. That's the selfish son of a bitch that I am. And to this point,
I dig it. No, I dig it. No, I ain't against it. I ain't against it.
With it.
I may not push in the bedroom, but I'm pushing somewhere else. You better give me that money. I want that money. I want something. I'm pushing.
Hey, listen, somebody's gonna get hurt. It might not be in the bedroom, but it ain't gonna be me. Fuck that. What the Sith is this? Says how long without sex before it's okay to cheat or have the I'm leaving conversation? Oh boy. What the Sith is this is it's time for you to go. If your woman's not fucking you, she's fucking somebody else. That's just all there is to it. I don't know exactly what your situation is, but it sounds to me if you haven't had sex with your woman in such a long time, or you're questioning, hey, is it okay to cheat, or should I have the I'm leaving conversation? Your relationship was over long before she ever started withholding sex from you. What are your thoughts, man?
No, I mean, I agree with that. I mean, unless there's a reason, like if you get into a long, you've been in with a woman 10 years. I don't think this guy, I mean, I can't speak for him, but
sure.
As you get into marriages, you guys are working, you can go a couple days without having sex. You know what I mean? I mean, you could, but there's a difference between, going to bed at night, you guys are both tired, you don't want to fuck, or her just not fucking you at all. That's different. Okay. That's different. So, like there's times I like I said in the past, I'm like, hey, I ain't trying to fuck tonight. Good night. I might go in the other room and sleep because I don't even like to sleep next to a woman a lot of the time. I like to sleep. I like to be by myself and, fucking on the champion bed. But anyway, I would say this, it's not uncommon to go a couple of days if you guys are working hard and you go to sleep. But if it's a long period of time, she's not sexually attracted to you anymore, and she is definitely out there doing something else.
Yeah, it's interesting. Dev and I think when we got back from the CME, I think we didn't have sex for like a month. And dude, I was exhausted physically, mentally, spiritually. I was and Devin was just, oh my God, like what's wrong with me? And I'm like, Dev, look, sweetie, it ain't you, I promise. It's just the CME. It took a lot out of me, and I'm just wiped out. But then Dev and I, we've gone periods where we've had sex for 10 days in a row. We actually did that this year. So we had sex 10 days in a row, which included day 1 of the CME. Then we didn't have sex for like a month. It happens. But the reason we didn't have sex was because of me and not her. Devin has sex with me even when she doesn't feel like it. That's what a woman is supposed to do. Because guess what? I got to be a leader even when I don't feel like it. You understand? And this goes to the whole thing. Do women owe men sex? Well, no, women don't owe men anything, and men don't owe women anything. However, when a man and a woman are in a heterosexual relationship, there's an unspoken agreement that the woman provides exclusive access to her body when he wants it, except for those 4 or 5 days out of the month, unless you're a freak like that. And the man provides literally everything else. the resources, the leadership, blah, 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 blah. The reason why, and it's funny, the reason why Dev gives me sex anytime I want, that's a transactional thing. She knows if she doesn't give me sex, then I'm going to go out and get it from someone else. Number one. Number two, she has sex with me anytime I want to show appreciation for the lifestyle that I have provided her. Even though she might not be in the mood to have sex with me, Devin still, I would imagine, I guess maybe I'm delusional here, I think she wants to have sex with me. All right, you know what? Maybe I'm not in the mood, but you know what? I really appreciate this guy doing a solid for me. He's given me a great life. He's cool with my family. He's cool with my niece. Everything is good. So yeah, and she always gives me her best. She never gives me starfish sex. So what are your thoughts on that? Does a woman owe a man sex, or is that just something they have to agree on?
You know, I never really thought of that because I've never really had this problem. It's usually me withholding sex from a woman. I've always been the type to give a really good sample. It's like the mall. You know, you go to the mall and you're in the food court. And they're like, "Hey, try this orange chicken." And why they're giving
orange chicken, isn't
it? And the reason why they're doing that is they're trying to get you to come back to buy this shit. Okay.
Right.
And then when you buy this shit, now you're coming back. You're like, oh man, I'm going to go back for this again next week. And then you're coming back again sooner or later. Now your blood pressure's high from eating all this fucking Korean chicken or whatever.
Korean
whatever, yeah. So what I'm saying is I like to give out a very hefty amount of like a sample of me, but then I like to withdraw it. I'm the one kind of gauging when sex happens, and it just always has been that way. Like I'm the one that says when sex happens. I've even had women in the past that were like honestly begging me for sex, and I told them 48 hours.
Wow.
Like I would make them wait. Now, if they fuck somebody in between time, I don't give a fuck. You know, I don't care, but I'm gonna make you wait. If you can get to that level, I'm very sexually disciplined at this point in my life. Sex is not that important to me anymore. I'd rather lay on a bed full of money than a bed with a naked bitch in it or a bunch of naked bitches. But that's just where I'm at in my life. So is it her obligation? I think if you're with a woman that's sexually attracted to you, she'll want to have sex with you. If you continue to stay in good shape, if you continue to look your best, you're continuing to grind, make money, build an incredible life, she's always going to be sexually attracted to you. I mean, that's just my experience shows that. Now, if you lose yourself, you're looking ugly, you're gaining weight, you know, you're sitting down wearing the same jogging pants 3 days in a row, you're fucking, you're not cleaning up after yourself. Like attraction will change. So
yeah,
keeping
true.
Attraction is keeping yourself, I'll say this, keeping your woman sexually attracted to you is keeping yourself sexually attracted to yourself.
Okay. All right.
So if you're looking at a sexy dude all the time, she has no choice but to look at a sexy dude.
Right.
Right. So if you feel like that, like I know I'm the motherfucking prize in this situation. So there's no rush to have to do anything. I'm already the main attraction. So she's got to work up to fuck with me. So I just feel like if you're with the right woman and you're that dude that's always getting better, sexual attraction is going to be there.
I agree. Josh 46731. Let's try to be respectful. Like I know Dev's attractive, but let's do away with comments.
You handled that well.
I'm trying to be mad about this. I'm trying to be mad. Let's be respectful. Let's be respectful in the future. Says when you turn down a bitch for sex, you've hit GOAT status. Their faces get me every time. Gonna earn this man. He said gonna earn this man meat. That's fucking awesome.
It's true.
Okay, let's go ahead and round this thing out here, man. The second book, what is the status on the second book?
Okay, so
Josh, no problem, man. Like it's all good. Just
yeah.
I tried to be upset about it. Just be respectful, please.
Yeah. Now you got Devin questioning her sexual market value. She's like, she's like, I wonder what else I can get.
He said like a hurricane on the screen door. I'm like, that's actually kind of original. Listen, I appreciate the compliment because I would too, actually. So
yeah. Okay, so here's the deal with the second book.
Okay.
I feel like I'm rushing it. I'm going through it because I gave myself a deadline, and I'm like, oh shit, I don't want
Okay.
to compromise the quality of this book.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm hoping by Thanksgiving. Okay,
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm hoping by Thanksgiving. But if it's not Thanksgiving, it's gonna be the first of the year.
Okay.
It
Okay.
will be the first of the year.
Good.
I'm about 19 chapters in.
Okay.
I want about 30 chapters, but
Okay.
and I had the other chapters are already kind of, there's a draft for them, so they just have to be formed and everything. So I don't want to
It's a
rush it. I
process.
want to put out a very good product, something that's going to be extremely helpful for people to read it, and I don't want to just hit a deadline but compromise the quality of the book.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. And it's funny. The first, I mean, it's weird. I was talking to a video producer right before I came on here, and I said, yeah, I plan to do something, around the first of the year, dude. The first of the year is now less than 2 months away, man. So like time is getting on us very very quick. So yeah, I'm looking forward. Dude, cut the bullshit was awesome. That's why I keep bugging you about the bugging you about the second book, because I'm looking forward to that.
Thank you.
All right, EO, give me your final thoughts and tell the people where they can find you, man.
Man, it's awesome to get with you on these
Yeah,
Saturday
these are
night
always great
gigs.
talks, man.
Guys, we're going to be doing something a little bit different moving forward. I mean, we're still going to do these, but we might be reviewing or responding to some trending topics.
Yes.
I think that'll be a lot of fun for you guys to get our opinions on some things that are trending. So I'm Coach EO. All you got to do is type in Coach EO and you'll find me. If you like my vibe, go and come on through and subscribe. I do coaching. I do online digital coaching seminars, which have been successful as well. As you can see, Donovan was kind enough to show some of my products.
Oh yeah.
So if you're interested in getting those things, also you could find me on Sunday nights with the goat here,
Nice.
Donovan Sharp, along with some other goats in the game.
Yeah, man.
And so it's my honor and privilege to give you guys this time, and hopefully I've given you some value tonight.
Good stuff, man. Yeah, tonight's topic was a very good topic, because a lot of guys know what to do and they know what not to do, but they're looking for that extra edge. And a lot of guys are very very close to getting every woman that they are dealing with invested in them on some level. They're like, how can I get these women more invested in me? Like sometimes I'll put past text messages from like my old phones onto Instagram, and guys are like, dude, how do I get this from women?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there are many steps to this, and it's really not that simple, but it starts with making them invest. And the way, and again, if you make them invest, they have skin in the game. And if they have skin in the game, they are much more likely to stick around, because we as men, we're not the only ones who need a return on investment. Women need a return on their investment too.
Mm-hmm.
They're not just, don't get me wrong, Devin loves to serve me and this and that and the third, but she wouldn't be doing what she was doing for me if she didn't also get something out of the deal, right?
Yes.
She wouldn't have a job where she could work 4.5 to 5 hours per day, just sit around and look good all day with 3 coach bags and all that stuff, and Tom Ford, dude, $1,700 Tom Ford heels and all this other kind of stuff. Yeah, she likes that stuff. She likes flying first class. She likes the ability to say, you know what? Let's go to Atlantic City for the weekend and gamble.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to the shore. Let's take a weekend trip to New York City and just take a look around and just relax. This is why she does what she does for me. So just understand that if you want a woman to invest in you, you have to make sure, and again, you have to make sure that you have tasks and assignments. Even if you can't think of anything, make her do busy work. A woman would rather be doing something for the man she really wants to put a bid in for than to be getting worshiped by whatever simp she has, surrounding her. So again, keep in mind, it's very, very important to make a woman earn your commitment. And when I say earn, that means doing tangible tasks for you. Somebody in the chat earlier said, hey, when she comes over, make her pick up a pizza. Dude, I used to make bitches stop by Scolari's and pick up pizza for me before they come to my apartment in Vegas. The reason why I would have them do it is because something about Scolari's and pizzas and parking lots always got me in trouble with the law. I could I could because I care, but that was sort of a real thing. But women like being, hey, you know what? Stop by, stop by the liquor store, and grab a fifth of Knob Creek. Stop by and get me a pack of Cools. I used to smoke Cools. Girls just love doing that. They love, and when she does something for you, let her know, appreciate that, thank you, or smack her on the ass. Girls want to be able to surrender, and in order for them to surrender, they have to have skin in the game. And for them to have skin in the game, you must make her invest, and to make her invest, you must put her to work for you. I'm Donovan.
Real quick, sorry,
No, go ahead.
real quick point. This was, and sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're good.
This is something that came to mind that I just want to make sure I say. The best way to get a woman to invest in you is for you to invest in yourself.
Yes. Oh my God.
Think about this, guys. Businesses that don't upgrade, they don't expand, their business model, their, like products, everything. Look at Donovan Sharp's studio. This man has several cameras running at once. He's got, I've seen Instagram posts where I see 1,000 cords on the ground. Okay. Okay. Even me, you should see the cord management that has to go on here. Everything, lighting, cameras, everything. When a woman sees how much you actually invest in yourself, she's more willing to believe in that product. She's more, if she sees you're not making more money than you did last year, you're not interested in making more money than you did last year, you're not interested in being healthier than you were last year, you're just kind of the same guy every single year, then you can anticipate her being the same woman, if not worse, every single year. So the more you upgrade as a man, the more she's going to be motivated to upgrade herself for you.
That's right. That's 100% right. Man, very, very, very well said. Josh 46731 says, best get some Kraken. Yo, have you ever had Kraken, dude?
I've heard of that. I don't know. What is that? I thought the name.
It's spiced rum, dude. That
Kraken, huh?
I'm gonna tell you what, dude. That shit will knock you on your ass. But it's good. It's good shit. It's the truth. You guys can find me anywhere. Just type in Donovan Sharp. Maybe you'll have to add a 1 or a 2 because I've been banned several times. You guys know that. TSR stands for The Sharp Reality. The Sharp Reality Live. I used to pre-record my audio podcast. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to go to YouTube. I don't have any video editing experience, so I'll just make this The Sharp Reality Live. Ergo TSR Live. So thank you guys all. Thank you guys all for joining us. These conversations are always chock full of game. Thank you guys all for joining us. We will see you guys tomorrow at 8:30 Eastern for the 6th. The topic will be whatever I decide be for tomorrow, because I haven't decided yet. Thank you guys all for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Take care.